Let's dive right into this explainer, because today we are unpacking an absolutely incredible 170-year narrative. We're going to trace a journey that actually starts with a deeply personal childhood memory and then zooms all the way out to this grand, audacious vision for global health in the year 2126. It's a story all about the earth right beneath our feet, the sheer power of nature, and a movement that is literally sweeping across the globe right now.
So I really want you to ask yourself a question. What will the world of health actually look like 100 years from now? Just imagine a future where chronic illness is completely 100% a thing of the past. A world where people just live vibrantly, totally free from the ailments that kind of plague our modern society, from the day they're born until their final breath. Now, I know that sounds like science fiction, right? But it's actually the exact premise of a remarkable time capsule recently buried in South Korea. It was designed specifically to pass on a blueprint for a disease-free life to our descendants. Section 1. The Spark of a Dream, a 70-year-old Memory.
It really is incredible how one single pure image can entirely shape a person's destiny. Around 70 years ago, as a 3-year-old boy traveling through the Jerisin Mountains, Park Dong-chang saw a young girl holding a vibrant bundle of red azaleas. That striking image of innocence and nature just stuck with him. It became his lifelong ideal and ended up fueling 2 massive dreams. First, he wanted to establish global financial fortresses, which, by the way, he pursued vigorously across Europe. And second, he wanted to build a universal world of profound health. When that first dream met the harsh realities of the corporate world, all his immense dedication just pivoted completely to the second. That one pure memory of the girl in Hamyang eventually fueled what is now a massive, unstoppable movement for natural healing. Section 2. The Secret of Earth's Vitality, the Power of Grounding. So there's this really stark contrast between how we live today and how we were actually designed to live. Just think about the natural law for a second. Every tree, every wild animal, every fish maintains this fresh, pulsing vitality by staying in continuous physical contact with the earth 24 hours a day. But then look at us, the human disconnect. Modern living, with all our asphalt, cement, and synthetic shoes, has completely severed our bond with the earth. The whole barefoot walking movement is trying to fix that. It seeks to restore that direct, physical connection to what they call the soil of life. It's about aligning us back with natural design so our bodies can experience true, deep healing. Section 3. A new era of healing beyond symptom management. Because let's face it, we are dealing with a massive modern challenge right now. Even with our highly advanced medical industries, non-communicable chronic diseases just keep rising globally. And why is that? Well, it's largely because the current focus is strictly on managing symptoms after an illness already occurs. The movement argues that we absolutely must shift away from merely managing symptoms and instead embrace the barefoot paradigm. This is all about root prevention and holistic healing from the ground up. By physically connecting with the earth, we actually promote cellular vitality and the natural restoration of the human body. And we aren't just talking about abstract theory here either. Over the past decade, the Barefoot Walking National Movement headquarters has documented a staggering number of deeply moving healing stories. We're talking about profound, documented recoveries from metabolic conditions like hypertension and diabetes. There are meticulously recorded testimonies from individuals who have reversed cognitive decline from Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. There are even patients who have halted the severe symptoms of ALS. These are real people who were told they had 0 options left, finding absolute miracles simply by reconnecting their bare feet to the earth. But what's really beautiful is that it's not just about healing those who are sick, it's about protecting the healthy too. This whole healing philosophy is actively being passed down to the next generation. For example, at Byonggok Elementary School in Hamyang, they went ahead and installed a heavily watered, living red clay yard so kindergartners and students can play barefoot every single day. There is this amazing quote from a 4th grader there, Kang Yunho. He insightfully said, "Barefoot walking was a mystery, but after doing it, it is actually quite nice. Future architects must include living red clay paths when designing buildings and homes." I mean, wow, even a 10-year-old understands that our built environment absolutely needs to change to support our vitality. Section 4. The Global Rise, a nationwide movement expanding worldwide. And that shift is already happening. By late 2025, over 2,000 barefoot paths were successfully created nationwide. That number represents a true infrastructure revolution. Local governments are literally tearing up synthetic surfaces and bringing the natural earth back to the people. The legislative milestones here are just incredible. Out of 243 local governments in South Korea, over 220 of them have enacted ordinances actively supporting barefoot walking. It's been integrated into the National Healing Tourism Industry Promotion Act, and get this, there are currently bills backed by 35 lawmakers aiming to actually mandate barefoot paths in housing and urban parks. Plus, this thing is spreading way beyond Asia. On their 10th anniversary, they officially proclaimed May 10th as World Barefoot Walking Day. They forged major international alliances, hosting global symposiums with European neurosurgeons, and even established a massive bridgehead to 1.4 billion people through the Beijing Walking Association in China. Just to put the sheer scale of this movement into perspective right now, there are currently 2 million active barefoot walkers in South Korea alone. 2 million! That is 2 million people actively taking their health into their own hands, stepping onto the earth, and turning this into a bona fide international health revolution. Section 5. The 100-Year Time Capsule. A Message to 2026. So to cement this legacy, they buried a 100-year time capsule. It's a direct message to the generation of 2026, specifically to ensure that future descendants inherit this blueprint for healing. Let's unpack what's actually inside. Step 1 includes paper records. That means sealed letters, signed declarations, and these incredible handwritten one-line messages from members nationwide. Step 2 is a digital vault. This contains a full decade of history, documentary films, and a huge archive of YouTube healing testimonies all on a USB. Finally, Step 3 contains the core literature, 14 essential volumes that capture the entire philosophy and the scientific grounding of the movement. But alongside those records, they also included some profoundly symbolic artifacts. They packed away the early red and green scarves worn by the grassroots pioneers of the movement, along with official emblems. But arguably the most important item is the Hapto Ham. This is a sacred, unified vessel, and it contains vibrant, energy-filled soil that was painstakingly collected from all across the entire nation. It represents the literal soil of life that makes all of this healing possible in the first place. And this actually brings our emotional arc full circle. You see, the physical location where this time capsule was buried is Sohyeon village in Hamyang, the very same place Chairman Park saw that little girl with the azaleas 70 years ago. The decision to make this spot the epicenter was sparked by a beautifully written letter from a woman named Sohyeon. In it, she wrote about her dream of returning to her rural hometown, holding a bundle of baby azaleas, listening for the sound of a boy returning after a long journey. That incredibly poetic, deeply emotional letter catalyzed the creation of an actual barefoot village right there, a physical sanctuary where people can literally nest in the warmth of the earth. As they finally sealed the time capsule, Chairman Dong-Chang Park left a really powerful message for the year 2126. He wrote, "We entrust this 100-year time capsule to the future, confident that a world free of illness and aging is already your daily reality. May your every step be filled with peace and vitality." It's just a stunning, beautiful vision of hope and holistic health for all of humanity. And hey, if you found this explainer helpful, please show your support by subscribing, liking, and turning on notifications. But here's the best part. To truly understand and experience this incredible shift in well-being, you don't have to wait 100 years. You can start today simply by taking off your shoes and stepping outside onto the earth. I highly encourage you to join the Barefoot Walking National Movement headquarters, Naver Cafe. There, you can share various information together, swap stories, and embark on this journey with others. It's a wonderful community dedicated to profound healing. So as we look ahead to the next century, ask yourself, what is the single smallest step you can take today to rewrite the legacy of your own health? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I will see you next time.